we will discuss about why it is called as bryophyte. Okay, so let's come to the point. Generally, the bryophytes are, we think that the generally are the ancestors of both algae and pteridophyte. Why we regarded as the bryophytes are the ancestor of the algae and pteridophyte? Because likewise the algae, they also require the water for their fertilization. Okay, so it is the definitions or properly definitions about the bryophytes. So next come to the point why the bryophytes are called as amphibians of the plant kingdom. Okay, why the bryophytes are called as amphibians of plant kingdom? Generally, you all of you know that amphibian means anyone else? Generally, amphibian means it belongs to the frog category. Frog. Okay, it belongs to the frog category. Why the bryophytes are called as amphibians? Generally, we all of you know that the bryophytes are grow on the land plants. Generally, it is grow on the terrestrial. That means you all of you properly understand English or Odia or Hindi. Hello,
English, ma'am, English.
English. Okay,
Yeah,
so all
yeah.
of you properly understand the English language too. Okay. So amphibian means bryophytes is generally it is regarded as the amphibians of the plant kingdom. But why it is regarded as the amphibians of the plant kingdom? Because generally the bryophytes are grow on the surface of the land or the terrestrial area. But uh, but for the fertilization or for the sexual reproductions, they are usually require water. Okay, that's why they are known as the amphibians of the plant kingdom. Okay, why the bryophytes are known as the amphibians of the plant kingdom? Because they only grow on the surface of the terrestrial area or the land area, but for the reproduction or for the sexual reproductions, they only require for the water for or their fertilizations or for their sexual reproduction they require water. That's why they are known as amphibians of the plant kingdom. Okay, so next come to the point general characteristics of the bryophyte. Before going through this, we will discuss about what are the general characteristics of the bryophytes. So first come to the point general characteristics. In the overall bryophytes, generally two phases are mostly important. Okay, one is the gametophytic phases, another one is the sporophytic phases. Okay, but in case of the bryophyte, gametophytic phases are the most important phases, but sporophyte is not. Both the gametophytic and sporophytic is important, but the gametophytic is the independent one. Okay, it does not depend upon any other things. But here the sporophyte, it is dependent upon the gametophyte for their food or for their nutrition to growth. So let's come to the point. The gametophytic phase. The gametophytic phase means overall the gamete, मतलब जो two gametes होते हैं, whether it may be a male gamete or the female gamete, by fusion जो formation होता है, that is known as zygote or the sporophyte. Okay, so let's discuss about the what is the gametophytic generations. Okay, generally in the gametophytic phases of the bryophyte, it is more conspicuous and long lived. मतलब ये जो ब्रायोफाइट का जो टोटली लाइफ साइकिल होता है उनमें क्या होता है ना जो गैमेटोफाइटिक जनरेशन इट इज द मोस्ट लॉन्ग लिव्ड, ये ज्यादा देर तक रहता है. ठीक है, उसके बाद क्या होता है स्पोरोफाइटिक फॉर्मेशन होता है. एंड द गैमेटोफाइट इज टोटली इंडिपेंडेंट, मतलब ये किसी के ऊपर भी डिपेंडेंट नहीं रहता है, ये टोटली ही अपने काम करने के बाद totally independent. ठीक है, and it is green in color and it is free. It is green in color and also it is free and branched. It is green in color, free and also branched. But whereas the sporophytic कब formation होता है जब टू गैमेट्स का fertilization होता है उसके बाद उसका sporophyte formation होता है. That is known as sporophytic generations. Okay. So next come to the point. Um, in the primitive form, likewise the Rixia and Markansia, these two are the primitive forms of the bryophytes. Okay, these two plants are forms under bryophytic plant. It is the most primitive plant, मतलब बहुत ही पुराना plant ये सब है. ठीक है, उनमें क्या होता है जो एक second, I will show you some pictures. Here you can see these are the structures. Okay, is it clearly visible to all of you? Hello,
Yeah,
is it
sure, ma'am.
clearly visible to all of you?
Yes,
Okay. Here you
yes,
can
ma'am.
see these are the structures of the bryophytes. Okay. One second, 1 second. Here you can see these are the structures of the bryophyte. These structures are belonging to the bryophyte Rixia. Okay. These are rosette-like structures or these are forming a rosette-like structures. It is a structure of the Rixia. In case of the Rixia, the gametophyte is prostate and thalloid. Here it is a thalloid-like structures. Okay. And it is also a prostrate. It is thallus. That means these all are the thallus-like structures. It is also a picture of the Rixia. But in case of the Markansia, it is also a Markansia. In case of it, it is also a gametophyte prostate and it is also a thalloid. Okay, it is a erect and differentiated into stem and lateral appendages. That means these are. It is stem and erect into lateral appendages. Okay, but here the roots are absent. That means the true roots are absent, but the rhizoids are present. These are the hair-like structures. We can also say that it is rhizoids. Okay. After that, the gemmacops are also present. Likewise, the roots are absent. Here you can see there is no root. Here you can see there is no root. Here also you can see there is no root. But it is also not a root. These are the unicellular structures or the hair-like structures that we can call as it is rhizoids, which is present in case of Markansia. Okay, Markansia is also a bryophyte. After that, it also forms some filamentous like structures or the hair like structures. We can call as it is rhizoid. ये rhizoid क्या करता है? What is its the function of rhizoid? Its function is to absorption and encourage. मतलब जितना भी इसको जो मिनरल्स या फिर न्यूट्रिशन जो भी चाहिए होता है, ये क्या करता है? With the help of the rhizoid, it absorbs all the mineral or the nutrition from the soil. Okay. So, what is the function of the rhizoids? Hello. What is the function of rhizoids? It helps to
Absorption of
absorb
minerals.
absorption of minerals from the soil. Very good. So next come to the point. ये जो rhizoids होता है, it may be a very good. The absorption of the मतलब ये जो rhizoids होता है, it may be a unicellular और multicellular भी हो सकता है. ठीक है? जैसे कि मतलब ये यूनिसेलुलर हो सकता है इन केस ऑफ द मर्कांसिया एंड सम केस ऑफ एंथोसेरेटोप्सिडा में ये या फिर मोसेस में इट मे बी ए मल्टी सेलुलर. ठीक है. और किस किस का केस में क्या होता है? इट मे बी ए स्केल लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स. ओके. एंड इसका जो प्लांट बॉडी होता है इट मे बी ए पेरेंकाइमेटा स्केल लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स एंड इट इज टोटली लैक बोथ xylem and phloem. It is totally lack the vascular systems. Okay, vascular or the conducting tissue systems. Both xylem and phloems are absent in case of the bryophytes. Overall, the whole bryophytes, the vascular or the conducting tissue is absent. Next, come to the point. Generally, the bryophytes they reproduce by means of the by three means. One is they reproduce by means of the two means. One is the vegetative reproduction, another one is the sexual reproduction. Okay, but in case of the vegetative reproductions, it is usually takes place by sometimes it may be takes place by tuber or it may be takes place by the gamete. Okay, gamete or the tuber. We are all now we are discussing about general characteristics. Later, elaborately, we will discuss about the reproduction of bryophyte. Okay, but now we are discussing about only general characteristics. Please sound टिके बंद करो. जे भी sound करछो ज्योति sound टिके बंद करो. Okay, thank you. So the in case of the vegetative reproduction, it takes place by means of the multiplications or by death of or by decay or the death of older part of the thallus. मतलब vegetative reproduction कैसे होता है? It may either be takes place by the multiplication. Suppose एक जो plant होता है bryophyte का, वो क्या होता है? It is not divided into root, stem and leaf. Bryophyte is not divided into root, stem and leaf, but it is divided into food, septa, capsule. Okay, food, syntax, and capsule. But in case of the reproductions, generally suppose if we take a one thallus, okay, if we are taking one thallus, sorry, multiplication. If we are taking one thallus, suppose it is a plant body, okay, we are taking this thallus. If we will divide, or we are taking the vegetative reproduction, vegetative reproduction, okay. So suppose vegetative reproduction means if we are taking this part and it will undergo the multiplications, or multiplication means again and again divide, okay. After again and again divide, it will lastly it will formed into a totally thallus or a totally new plant, thallus or a totally new plant like structures, totally a new plant like structures, plant like structures, okay. आफ्टर दैट सम पार्ट, जैसे कि मतलब सपोज दिस इज ए प्लांट, इसका कुछ कुछ पार्ट क्या होता है ना, आफ्टर डेथ एंड डिके, मतलब डेथ के बाद क्या होता है, सड़ने लग जाते हैं, सड़ने के बाद इट इज ऑल्सो अंडरगो द वेजिटेटिव रिप्रोडक्शंस, ओके. नेक्स्ट कम टू द पॉइंट, सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन. Sexual reproduction is generally of oogamous type. Is there anyone else who can say what do you mean by the oogamous? Hello, is there anyone else who can say what is oogamous type?
No, ma'am, we have no idea about it.
Okay. Oogamous type means both male and female sex organs are different. Okay. In case of the bryophytes, male sex organ is the anthridium, but the female sex organ is the archegonium. Okay. Archegonium. After that, their fusion is called as, after the fusion of both anthridium and archegonium, or after the reproductions, they will form zygote or the oogamous, we can also say it is a oogamous type, जिसमें क्या होता है, मेल स्मॉलर होता है एंड इट इज मोटाइल, but female will be larger and it is non-motile, and this kind of the reproduction is called as oogamous type of the reproductions, okay, which is and this type of the reproduction also seen in case of the algae. Generally, in the reproductions or overall the bryophyte, the male sex organs are known as the anthridia and the female sex organs are known as archegonia. Okay, and they are jacketed or they are present within a jacket-like structures or the steriles. We can also jacket-like structures. Anthridia are present in some jacket-like structure that is called as androcytes. Okay, androcytes, and archegonia or the female reproductive structures are present in a flask shaped like structure that is known as archegonium, okay. It is a flask like structures or the flask like structures in which female reproductive part is present, that is known as archegonium. Again, the archegonium is divided into two parts, one is the venter canal cell and neck canal cell, okay. जैसे कि it will be like this. It is a flask shape like structures. Is it? It is a flask shape like structures. Okay. That means archegonia are present within it. Neck canal cell and venter, venter cells. Archegonia are present. This like structure, that means it is a flask shape like structures. Okay. And we can call it as it is archegonium. Sorry, archegonium. Why it is called as archegonium? Because all the egg cells are present within this kind of the flask-shaped structures. That's why we can call it as archegonium. But in anthridium is this like structures. It is anthridium like structures. Okay. Here the anthridia or the जैसे कि male sex organs are present, that is known as androcytes. Androcytes. or antheridia are present within it. Okay, that is called as androcytes. So next come to the point, what is archegoniads? What is archegoniads? Is there anyone else who can say what is archegoniads? Okay. Archegoniads means it is generally originated from its ancestor, that is algae. Okay, it is originated from its ancestors, that is algae, and it is a hollow container that is housing. Archegoniate मतलब अभी मैं जैसे दिखाई आप लोगों को that it is a archegonium. It is a flask-shaped structures in which it is the powerhouse or the housing of the egg cell. उसमें क्या होता है ना, जितना भी ब्रायोफाइट्स का जो एग होता है या फिर जो फीमेल सेक्स ऑर्गन जो होता है उसमें जितना एग स्टोर होके रह सकता है, दैट इज नोन एज द हाउसिंग सेल ऑफ द एग सेल. ठीक है, आर्किगोनिया. ये आर्किगोनिएट हो या फिर आर्किगोनिएट्स, these are both are equals. And in case of the archegoniates, it is the storing house of egg cell. मतलब ये जो आर्किगोनिया के अंडर में एक स्टोर होके रहता है जिसकी वजह से हम लोग इसे बोल सकते हैं इट इज द स्टोरिंग हाउस ऑफ एग सेल. ओके, and again I have already discussed about that the archegonium or the archegoniate is totally differentiated into two parts. One is the neck cells and another one is the venter cells. Okay, one is the neck cell and another one is the venter cell. Hello, हेलो, वॉइस सबको क्लियरली सुनाई दे रहा है?
जी मैम
Yes,
दे रहा
ma'am.
है.
हेलो,
आ रहा है
ओके ओके ओके, ठीक है.
आ रहा है मैम.
Okay, okay, thank you. Next, come to the point. What are the unifying features of the archegoniate? ये हुआ archegoniate. Archegoniate मतलब क्या होता है? It is the female reproductive part, and it is originated from its ancestor, that is algae. Okay, that means algae, and it is a hollow container housing of the egg cell. इसमें क्या रहता है? That it stores a number of the egg cells. Okay, and it is differentiated into neck cell or the venter canal cell or the neck cell. Okay, why and now we will discuss about what are the unifying features of the archegoniate. मतलब ऐसे क्या उसका यूनिक कैरेक्टर है जिसकी वजह से हम लोग बोल सकते हैं इट इज ए यूनिफाइंग फीचर्स ऑफ द कैरेक्टर्स और द यूनिफाइंग कैरेक्टर्स ऑफ द आर्किगोनिएट. ठीक है, उसका ऐसे क्या क्या मतलब कैरेक्टर्स है. पहला कैरेक्टर होता है जैसे कि it is originated from the green algae. Okay, it is one of the most important unifying characters of the archegoniate. It is originated from the green algae. ग्रीन algae मतलब क्या, इसमें क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट होगा. ग्रीन मतलब क्या होता है, क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट, whether it may be a contain chlorophyll A or the chlorophyll B. Okay, it contains chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B pigments which are necessary for the green plants. First point unifying में हुआ, it is originated from the green alga. Second point is your it contains the chlorophyll A, B, etc. And third point is the presence of the sex organs. Okay, presence of the sex organs, that is the female sex organ is known as archegonium and the presence of the male sex organ is known as antheridium. Okay, and also in case of two type of the alteration generations are found. Two type of alteration and generations. What do you mean by the alteration and generations? Later we will discuss, but now I am discussing about unifying features of the archegoniates. Alteration of generation means here two phases are occurs in case of the overall the bryophytes. Okay, two phases means first phase is your gametophytic phase, and second phase is your sporophytic phase. Okay, two phases of the alteration or the we can also called as heteromorphic alteration of generation is found. It's also a unifying features of archegoniate. Okay, next Both the gametophyte and generally in case of the archegoniates, gametophytes are haploid, but the sporophytes are diploid. Okay, gametophytes are haploid, but the sporophytes are diploid, and both the gametophyte and sporophytes are multicellular. Okay, multicellular, and their another unique feature is that they provide the protection to the developing embryo. They provide protection to the developing embryo. It is also another unifying features from the sorry for the bryophytes. Okay. Next, come to the point,
Ma'am, is
classification.
this related to
Classification. Hello, हाँ बोलो. Hello. Yes, yes. Ask. What is your question?
मैम मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि
Hello.
इज दिस रिलेटेड टू आंथर
If you have any doubt, then you can ask me.
आंथर ऑफ ए फ्लावर
If it is related to, हाँ, मतलब क्या समझ में नहीं, अच्छे से क्वेश्चन पूछो, मतलब क्या बोलना
आंथर
चाहते हैं.
आंथर
You can also say in Hindi. Anther मतलब क्या? Yes, of course. Anther is the male reproductive part of the flower. Okay. Anther means it is the male reproductive part of the flower. Okay. आंसर रिलेटेड मतलब तुम इसके बारे में क्या एक्चुअली क्वेश्चन क्या पूछना चाहते हो, मतलब वेदर आई एम आस्किंग अबाउट द एंथ्रीडियम और द एंथर, मतलब यू थिंक दैट एंथर एंड एंथ्रीडियम्स आर इक्विवेलेंट, इज
नो
इट?
मैम no ma'am you
So
said na it is a protective part so that's why
no, I am saying that archegonium. We are discussing about unifying features of the archegoniads. Archegoniads means I am totally discussed about relating the female reproductive part archegonium. Okay, archegonium. It is the female reproductive part. It is not the male reproductive part. Overall, the archegonium. Within the archegonium, a small flask-like structure is present, and within a sac-like structure is present, in which egg cells can stay. Okay, और egg cells can remain. और जैसे कि मतलब वो क्या करता है, egg cell कैसे मतलब nourishment, how to provide the nourishment to the developing egg cells, how the growth will be takes place of the egg cells. It takes care and also provide the protection to the overall embryo, मतलब ताकि एक्सटर्नल इंजरी कुछ भी ना हो पाए उससे. इसकी वजह से आर्किगोनियम क्या करता है, उसके अंदर में जो भी मतलब क्या बोलते हैं एम्ब्रियो होता है उससे टोटली प्रोटेक्शन देता है. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट, इज देयर एनीवन एल्स? ओके. नेक्स्ट कम टू द पॉइंट, अल्टरेशन ऑफ जनरेशन. Alteration of generations. So what do you mean by the alteration of generation? आप लोग क्या समझते हो? What do you mean by the alteration of generation? हाँ, alteration of generation. Alter alternation of generation. ये जो alternation of suppling between sporophyte and gametophyte. Yes, it is a suppling between sporophyte and gametophyte. Here I am showing you the pictures of alteration of generations. Is it clearly visible? Is it clearly visible to all of you? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Little bit. I think it is blurred. Okay, okay. Just 1 second. Alteration of generation means it is a two phases or the heteromorphic life cycle of the bryophyte. Heteromorphic मतलब different or the two different variety of the life cycle. एक होता है क्या? One is the gametophytic generation, another one is the sporophytic generation. ठीक है? And जो heteromorphic मतलब क्या? Overall the gametophytic generation will be it is a long lived. मैं पहले से बोली थी general characteristics में कि gametophytic is totally independent, green, free, and it is long lived, whereas the sporophyte is short lived and it is totally dependent upon uh, gametophyte. Okay, clearly दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है ना? Okay, here you can see it is the overall plant body. Actually due to network issue it is blur. Alteration of generation. Generally, we have discussed about that. There are the two phases. Okay, okay. Thank you. Alteration of generation. I am here. You can see it is a plant body. Plant body. Okay. I have already discussed about that. There are the two phases of the generation. One is the gametophytic, gametophytic. Another one is the sporophytic, sporophytic. Okay. Gametophytic means overall the gamete from which the sporophyte is formed or the overall sporophyte is formed. Okay. It is totally independent. It is totally independent, independent, totally independent, green and free. But in case of the sporophyte, it is short-lived, short-lived, it is dependent. Okay, these are the two generation. That's why we can call it as it is a heteromorphic generation. Heteromorphic generation. Heteromorphic generation means two different phases. Homo means homo. Homomorphic means who can say? Is there anyone else who can say what do you mean by the homomorphic generation? Now you can see it is clearly visible. Here you can see it is a plant body. We are discussing about alteration of generation. Okay. Hello. Is it clearly visible to all of you? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. Here you can see it is a plant body or the gametophytic body. Out of the gametophytic body, okay, it is divided into two parts. Plant body or it is a gametophyte and each gametophyte has two parts. One is the male part, another one is the female part or the reproductive structures. You can say the male part is the antheridium or it will form some male sperm or the male gametophyte that is known as anthrozoids. Okay, anthrozoids. And another one is the female part or we can also say that the female reproductive part, it is the archegonium and inside the archegonium some eggs are present that is known as egg cell. Okay, by the fertilization, okay, here you can see it is antheridium, it is archegonium. Antheridium is present inside the from the antheridium the anthrozoids are formed and from the archegonium the eggs are formed. Okay, and from egg and anthrozoid by fertilization they form zygote which is the diploid in nature. Okay, it is the diploid in nature but the gametes, but the total overall gametes it is the haploid in nature. By fusion they will form diploid in nature which is the sporophyte. ये जो जाइगोट हुआ that is the formation of the zygote. After the formation of zygote it will undergo germination. ठीक है, ये जर्मिनेशन होगा. जर्मिनेशन के बाद क्या होगा? इट विल फॉर्म ए स्पोरोफाइट. After the germination it will form a sporophyte. That is in case of the sporophyte a capsule is present which provide a capsule is present which will provide or it will treat as the spore mother cell, spore mother cells. And then after the spore mother cell will undergo the meiosis. meiosis में क्या होता है ना, अगर meiosis division होता है तो one मतलब जो meiosis में if a daughter cell divide in case of the meiosis it divide to form the four haploid nuclei. ठीक है, इसमें क्या होता है मतलब जो न्यूक्लियर फॉर्मेशन होगा. वेरी गुड सोनाली. इसमें जो फॉर्मेशन होगा न्यूक्लियर इट विल बी हैप्लॉइड एंड आफ्टर द जर्मिनेशन इट विल बी फॉर्म प्रोटोनेमा और द प्लांट बॉडी. इट इज द ओवरऑल द जनरेशन. फर्स्ट हुआ गैमेटोफाइटिक जनरेशन. इसमें सबसे बड़ा जनरेशन क्या हुआ बोलो? इसमें सबसे बड़ा जनरेशन हुआ गैमेटोफाइटिक. मतलब यहाँ में गैमेटोफाइटिक. वेरी गुड. गैमेटोफाइट मतलब क्या? यहाँ पे प्लांट बॉडी गैमेटोफाइट से स्टार्ट हुआ था, ये दोनों फॉर्मेशन किया, एक मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट एक फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट, दोनों का फर्टिलाइजेशन हुआ, ये गैमेटोफाइट से ही आए हैं, दोनों का फर्टिलाइजेशन हुआ, उसके बाद हुआ जाइगोट, ये जाइगोट से स्टार्ट होगा स्पोरोफाइटिक, बाकी इतना तक गैमेटोफाइट, ठीक है। स्पोरोफाइट स्टार्ट हुआ, स्पोरोफाइट ऑन जर्मिनेशन, जर्मिनेट होने के बाद इट विल फॉर्म स्पोरोफाइट, again it will divided into capsule, after that spore mother cell, and spore mother cell will undergo the meiosis, out of the meiosis it will form four haploid nuclei or the four haploid spores, जैसे कि ये spores है, यहाँ पे एक दिया गया है, लेकिन it will by the process of the meiosis the spore mother cell will form four numbers of the haploid cells, and these four numbers of the haploid cell on germination gives rise to overall the plant body, ठीक है। यहाँ तक हुआ स्पोरोफाइटिक जनरेशन, आफ्टर दैट इट विल फॉर्म गैमेटोफाइटिक प्लांट बॉडी और द प्रोटोनेमा, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज there are the two alteration of generation, one is the gametophytic generation, another one is the sporophytic generations, and here you can see that these two structures are display here, and it is the diagrammatic representation of alteration of generation in case of the bryophytes, okay, and this one is the gametophytic generation, sporophytic. Okay. Next. Next, come to the point classification. Classification of bryophyte. Is there anyone else who can say what is the classification of the bryophytes? Which one? Which one? Hello, Sumant, huh? Yes, I will repeat. Which one? Say. Hello. Next, come to the point classification of bryophyte. Okay. In case of the classification of bryophyte, it is generally divided into three parts. Okay. Here you can see. Sorry. Classification. Generally, the term bryophyte was the first time it was given by the Brownie. Okay, Brown in 1864, who included the algae, fungi, and the lichen and mosses into only one group. Okay, liverworts or the mosses into one group. But later in the system of the classifications, algae, fungi, and lichen were placed in the separate division. Why they are placed in the separate division? Anyone else who can say? Because in case of the algae, there is also a thallus or the thallophyta, and also in case of fungi, there is also a thallus or the thallophyta, and also in case of lichen, there is also a thallus or the thallophyta-like structures. That's why we can place them as in thallophyta divisions. Okay. So after that, Eicher in 1813 recognized that there are the two classes which are comes under the division of the bryophyta. There are the two classes which are comes under the division of bryophyta. That is one is bryophyta. Bryophyta. One is the Hepaticopsida. Sorry, Hepaticae and Musci. Hepaticae means mosses. Musci means mosses, and Hepaticae means liverworts. Okay. According to him, the bryophyte is, yes, there are the three classes of the bryophytes. Okay, it is divided into two parts. Generally, according to Eicher, in case of the first, मतलब वो जो ब्राउनी थे वो क्या किए, ब्रायोफाइटा को डिवाइड किए। वो पहले क्या बोले ना, जो algae, fungi and lichen and mosses are grouped into the thallophyta, but later he separated the mosses from out of the tree.
Ma'am, in the classification, Bryospida also there, I guess.
Hello, yes, बोलो और एक बार बोलो, क्या बोले? हेलो, ब्रोइप्सिडा तो नहीं है, कुछ ब्रायोप्सिडा है। हाँ हाँ, ब्रायोप्सिडा है, बट ये मैं पहले मतलब क्या कैसे डिवाइड हुआ ये बोल रही हूँ, ठीक है। उसके बाद हम लोग बोलेंगे व्हाट इज ब्रायोप्सिडा। ओके, पहले क्या होता है, मतलब वो जो
Yes, ma'am.
ब्राउनी थे वो क्या किए, डिवाइड किए पहले ब्रायोफाइटा को टू डिवाइड में, एक है हेपाटिकाई, लिवरवर्ट एंड अनदर वन इज द मॉस्की. उसके बाद क्या हुआ ना, एंगलर, he is also a system of classifications, he is also a father of system of classifications, or any Engler and Prantl, he has given also system of classification. According to him, his classification is known as Engler system, Engler Prantl system of classification. Okay. He divided bryophyte as two parts, likewise Hepatica and Muskie. Again, he divided Hepatica into three parts. Three parts likewise. One is the Marcanceus. He divided the class Hepatica into three orders. ठीक है, क्या क्या एक होगा, Marcanceus, Marcanceus, Marcanceus. Another one is the Jungermanius, Jungermanius, and third one is your Anthocerotels, Anthocerotels. Okay, first one is the Marcanceus, second one is the Jungermanius, third one is the Anthocerotels, and the Muskie. And the Muskie is divided into also three parts. What are those? First one is the Spagnels, Spagnels. Another one is the Andrels, 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 and last one is the Bryels. Okay, first one is the Spagnels, Andrels, and Bryels. These are the divisions of the Engler and Prantls. Engler divided the bryophyte into two parts, and again the class is divided into, each class is divided into three orders, and that order is, one is the Marcanceals, Jungermanials, Anthocerotels, and the Muskie is also divided into three parts, that is known as Spagnels, Andrels, and Bryels. Is that clear, all of you? After that, there are also many bryologists who have given their, including Basie, Vanderman, Bower, Wellstone, and Vanderman have followed the basic classification. वो क्या किए, ये सब जो होते हैं वो क्या किए, फॉलो किए एंगलर एंड प्रांटेल को. ठीक है, एंगलर जो क्लासिफिकेशन दिए थे उनको फॉलो किए, कहीं कहीं मतलब साइंटिस्ट जो होते हैं या फिर जो बायोलॉजिस्ट होते हैं या फिर जो बायोफाइटोलॉजिस्ट होते हैं, ठीक है, वो लोग फॉलो किए. उसके बाद फॉलो करने के लिए वो क्या किए, स्मिथ एंड कैम्पबेल, वो डिवाइड किए ब्रायोफाइट को इनटू थ्री क्लासेस. ब्रायोफाइट, Bryophyta is divided into three classes. One is Hepatica, another one is the Anthocerotis, third one is Muskie. Here you can see the Campbell Smith letter, they are together divided the division Bryophyta into three classes. Okay, one is the Hepatica, another one is the Anthocerotis, third one is the Muskie. लेटर ऑन, मतलब ये कैम्बेल एंड स्मिथ के बाद क्या हुआ, फिर टैक्टाजन आए. टैक्टाजन आल्सो हैज गिवन देयर क्लासिफिकेशंस. ओके, टैक्टाजन इन 1953 हाउएवर प्रीफर टू कॉल एंथोसेरट, ये जो मैं एंथोसेरस जो बोली एंथोसेरेटिस, टैक्टाजन जो आए वो क्या बोले, इट इज नॉट ए एंथोसेरोटे, इट इज ए एंथोसेरोटेई. मतलब सेरोट्स हम लोग लिखे एंथोसेरोटेई ऐसे. ऐसे होगा, मैं एंथोसेरोटिस लिखी थी टिस, लेकिन टैक्टाजन जो है वो बोले इट इज नॉट एंथोसेरोटिस, इट इज एंथोसेरोटेई, TAE. ओके, इट इज एंथोसेरोटेई. एंड आफ्टर दैट he also divided into the bryophyta three parts. He also divided the bryophyta into three parts. One is the Hepaticopsida and Anthoceratopsida, and the third one is the Bryopsida. Okay, and each class it is divided into, जैसे कि टैक्टाजन के बाद, sorry, here you can see, sorry, it is also a Bryophyta is divided into three classes. One is the Hepaticopsida, another one is the Anthoceratopsida, and third one is the Bryopsida. Again, the classes Hepaticopsida is divided into four orders. One is the Marcansiels, another one is the Spairocarpels, third one is the Jungermaniels, and fourth one is the Callobryels. Okay, it is divided into four orders. Next, come to the point Anthoceratopsida. It is divided into Anthocerotels, but Bryopsida is divided into only one order, that is known as Musci. So here is the classification of Bryophyta. Next, come to the point economic importance of the Bryophyta. Is there anyone else who can say what are the main economic importance of the Bryophyta?
Man, prevention
Follow?
of soil erosion,
Yes, very good.
soil formation, and they can make peat and antiseptic.
Peat, very good. They can also
That's all.
make in peat. That means importance of the peat. Importance of the peat और हम लोग जो मतलब कोयला जो use करते हैं, sphagnum can also be used as a peat. Sphagnum is a one type of the bryophyte which comes under the anthoceratals. Okay. Otherwise we can call the sphagnum as the peat moss. Other name of the sphagnum is peat moss. So horticulture में क्या क्या important हो सकता है? Horticulture. Is there anyone else who can say what is the importance of horticulture? Sorry, what are the importance of the bryophyte in case of the horticulture?
Ma'am, because of their high water holding capacity.
Yes, it is also serve as a source of good organic matter. है कि नहीं? मतलब जो क्या होता है? Sphagnum. One type of the very good Devjani. One type of the bryophyte that is known as the sphagnum. It has the very good capacity of holding the water. That's why we can utilize it in the horticulture for the organic matter and also for the fodder. Okay. And next we can also use it as for the packing material in case of the grafting. हम लोग क्या ग्राफ्टिंग भी करते हैं कहीं कहीं हम लोग के गार्डन में, तो उसी कंडीशन में ग्राफ्टिंग को देने के लिए हम लोग को पैकेजिंग भी देना पड़ता है, जिसके वजह से हम लोग क्या करते हैं ना एज ए पीट या फिर जो ब्रायोफाइट जो होता है दैट इज नोन एज द स्पैग्नम और द पीट मॉस, वी कैन यूज इट एज ए पैकिंग मटेरियल फॉर द ग्राफ्टिंग. So what is the uses of bryophyte in case of the medicinal? कोई बोल सकता है?
They
जनरली
are the antiseptic in nature.
वेरी गुड एंटीसेप्टिक इन नेचर, जैसे कि मार्कनसिया हुआ, रिक्सिया हुआ, या फिर एंथोसेरेटस हुआ, या फिर पॉलीट्राइकम हुआ, ये सब जो मतलब जितना भी ब्रायोफाइट है ना, हम लोग उसे क्या यूज कर सकते हैं एज ए लिवर डिजीज को क्लियर करने के लिए हम लोग भी यूज कर सकते हैं, और वी कैन ऑल्सो यूज इट एज पल्मोनरी ट्यूबरक्यूलोसिस. ठीक है, pulmonary tuberculosis and also various liver diseases, and also we can also use as antipyretic. And it is also we can also use in case of the skin diseases just like as scabies, skin irritation, skin rashes. We can also use the bryophyte as medicinals. So what is the ecological importance of the bryophyte, or the what is the importance of the bryophyte in case of the ecology? We are discussing about the ecology bioindicators. Very good Sonali. बायोइंडिकेटर मतलब क्या होता है? जैसे कि इकोलॉजिकल इंपोर्टेंस में इट प्रिवेंट द सॉइल इरोशन. इट इज वन ऑफ द गुड इंपोर्टेंट एग्जांपल ऑफ द इंपोर्टेंस ऑफ द ब्रायोफाइट इन केस ऑफ द इकोलॉजी. ओके, मतलब ये क्या करते हैं, मूर्ति का जो खेव होता है उसे बचाता है. इट प्रिवेंट्स द सॉइल इरोशंस एंड ऑल्सो दे फॉर्म द कार्पेट लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स. okay, and also detect the pollutions. Very good. And it also protect the topmost soil from the wind. मतलब क्या होता है जब मतलब हवा चलता है ना, विंड का जो ऊपर का लेयर जो होता है, विंड सॉरी सॉइल का जो ऊपर का जो लेयर होता है, ताकि वो मतलब डैमेज ना हो, उसी के चलते क्या करता है ब्रायोफाइट का जो स्पैग्नम होता है इट ऑल्सो प्रोटेक्ट. ओके, और क्या क्या हो सकता है? Is there anyone else who can say what are the importance? Indicates pH. How it will indicates the pH? और एक भी हो सकता है, जैसे कि पीट होता है, स्पैगनम, जनरली ब्रायोफाइट्स, it will be help to use for the production of some gases like hydrogen, ethylene, natural gas, methanol. It is also used as a fuel. Very good. And methanol and gasoline, मतलब इसको यूज करके हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, बायोफ्यूल भी यूज कर सकते हैं या फिर प्रोडक्शन हो सकता है. ओके. हेलो. pH as presence of particular species. क्या बोलो ज्योति रंजन, आके बोलो. हेलो. as like acidic or alkaline conditions. Yes, pH is the that means it what pH मतलब एसिडिक है या फिर बेसिक है, ये मतलब दिखाता है कि नहीं. ब्रायोफाइट, और ब्रायोफाइट में सबसे ज्यादा कौन सा ब्रायोफाइट मतलब इकोलॉजिकली यूज्ड होता है, स्पाग्नम. ठीक है, स्पाग्नम का ज्यादा मतलब ये जो होता है पीट मॉस या फिर स्पाग्नम, ये एक ब्रायोफाइट है जो कि हर चीज में यूटिलाइज हो सकता है, या फिर इसका जो इकोनॉमिकली इम्पोर्टेंट है हर चीज में, मेडिसिनल हो या फिर तुम लोग का इकोलॉजिकली हो, या फिर या फिर उसका जो पीट कोयला जो बनाते हैं कोल टार प्रोडक्शन में हो, या फिर मतलब अदर यूजेस जैसे भी हो, उसका हम लोग स्पैग्नम को ही ज्यादातर लेते हैं एज ए ब्रायोफाइट के हिसाब से. ठीक है, और क्या क्या हो सकता है, बस दैट मच. और आप लोगों का तो बस ये ब्रायोफाइट का ये था. क्या हुआ, आप लोग का वॉइस नहीं आ रहा है, अच्छे से बोलो. हाँ बोलो. हेलो. So next come to the point, what is Markansia? Okay, what is Markansia? Do you have any knowledge regarding the Markansia? First come to the point, what is its systematic position or the classification? Generally, we all of you know that the class of the Markansia is the Hepaticopsida. Okay, Hepaticopsida. The class of Markansia is Hepaticopsida, and its order is Markansiales, and its family is Markansiaceae. Okay, class is Hepaticopsida, order is Markansiales, and family is of Markansiaceae. Generally, the genus Markansia is consist of about 65 species, and it is found in all over the parts, and it is mostly found in the sandy and moist places. जैसे कि आप लोग देखे हो ज्यादातर तो बारिश का मौसम है, या फिर कोई भी जगह पे थोड़ा मतलब वेटी एरिया हो, या फिर थोड़ा जहाँ पे पानी ज्यादा मतलब होता है, उसी कंडीशन में देखना हम लोग का जो क्या बोलते हैं, कोई भी फ्लोर पे देखना क्या हुआ, ग्रीनिश कलर का मतलब एक लेयर टाइप का बैठ जाता है, दैट इज नोन एज मॉसेस. और हम लोग मार्कन से अभी देख सकते हैं कि रोजेट लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स का ये फॉर्मेशन करेगा, दैट इज नोन एज व्हाट, मार्कनसिया. मैं आप लोगों को रिक्सिया और मार्कनसिया का स्ट्रक्चर दिखाई. हियर यू कैन आल्सो सी दैट इट इज आल्सो ए मार्कनसिया. हियर यू कैन सी इट इज ए मार्कनसिया. ओके, these are the structures. It is a apical notch. It is apical notch like structures. This one is the midrib or the apical. These are the apical notch, and here you can see it is a gamma cup. Gamma cup is case of the fur, and it is dorsal line, and it is a polygonal area, and it is the internal structures of the Markansia. But it is the morphology of the Markansia. Okay. So we will discuss about Markansia elaborately, or the gametophytic features. Generally, we all of you know that in case of the bryophyte, there are the two phases. One is the gametophytic phases, another one is the sporophytic phases. So here we will discuss about what is the gametophytic phases. Okay. Generally, the gametophytic phases of the gametophyte, here you can see it is the gametophytic phases. Okay, it is the gametophytic phases, and this phase is mostly prostrate. जैसे आप लोग देख सकते हो, it is a prostrate and it is dorsiventrally. Sorry, it is dorsal line, and it is upper one is the dorsal, lower one is the ventral. Okay, it is dorsiventral line and dichotomously. Dichotomously both are two type of the branches. मतलब यहाँ से एक branches हुआ है और इस तरफ से एक branches हुआ है. That's why we can call as it is dichotomous branches. मतलब two branches हुआ है. देखो यहाँ से, देखो यहाँ पे, यहाँ से एक branches हुआ है और फिर यहाँ से एक branches हुआ. That is dichotomously branched and a distinct midrib. Here you can see it is also a midrib. You can also see that it is also a midrib. Distinct midrib is also present, and it is a thallus-like structures, and the dorsal surface is also present. And if you go through that, some chambers are present, air chambers. It is the anatomical structures or the microscopic structures. It is the microscopic structures of this part. Here you can see some air pores are present. It is, this one is the upper epidermis, and this one is the lower epidermis, and some scales are also present in case of the marcantia, and the rhizoids are present. It may be unicellular or the multicellular. So what is the functions of the rhizoids? Hello, what is the functions of rhizoids? क्या हुआ? functions of rhizoids क्या होता है?
Absorption of mineral and water.
Absorption of mineral from
and
soil.
water from the soil.
Soil.
Okay, very good. Absorption of the mineral and the water from the soils. There is also a gamma cup is present. Gamma cup, here you can see it is a gamma cup. Gamma cups are present, and the scales. Here you can see it is a scales, and the scales may be a multicellular or the unicellulars. They are usually violet in color. ये जो scales होते हैं, it is usually violet in color due to the presence of anthocyanin. ठीक है, इसमें एक पिगमेंट होता है ये स्केल में, जैसे कि ये इसका अंडर में रहता है. हम लोग तो ऐसे मतलब नेकेड आई में दिख नहीं सकते, लेकिन इफ वी विल सी अंडर माइक्रोस्कोप, देन वी कैन ऑल्सो see there are some scales which are present in the marcantia, okay, which is violet in color, and this type of the violet in color due to the presence of the pigment anthocyanin, which is present in their cytoplasm. The scales are arranged in two rows. मतलब ये जो स्केल्स होता है, ये एक रो में यहाँ पे है और एक रो में यहाँ पे भी है. ठीक है, they are arranged in two rows. They are always arranged in two rows on the either side of the midrib. ये जो midrib होता है, इनका either side में two rows में arranged होके रहते हैं इसका. ठीक है, and here you can see there are the air pore like structures and scales. Scales दिखाई दे रहा है, rhizoid scales दिखाई दे रहा है. हेलो, ओके,
Yes, ma'am.
ओके ओके, दिखाई दे रहा है. तो
Yes, ma'am.
इसमें क्या होगा, फिर से जो स्केल्स होता है आइदर साइड में है, लेकिन इसका जो मतलब स्केल दो ठो होता है, उसका भी टू टाइप होता है. स्केल जो होता है टू टाइप होता है. एक होता है अपेंडिकुलेट. ये जो स्केल्स होता है ना, स्केल इज ऑफ टू टाइप. एक होता है अपेंडिकुलेट और एक होता है लिगुलेट. ठीक है, मतलब उनका फंक्शन क्या होता है, टू प्रोटेक्ट द ग्रोइंग पॉइंट. मतलब ये जो पार्ट है ना, इसका जहाँ पे ग्रोइंग पॉइंट होगा ना, उसको प्रोटेक्ट करना स्केल का फंक्शन होता है. सपोज प्लांट का कोई भी पॉइंट में, सपोज यहीं पे इसका अगर ग्रोथ हो रहा होगा, तो मतलब ग्रोथ एक्सटर्नल इंजुरी की वजह से कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो, तो उसकी वजह से ये स्केल क्या करता है, उन लोग को प्रोटेक्ट करता है. ठीक है, जिसकी वजह से उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं आता है. नेक्स्ट कम टू द पॉइंट, गेम्मा कप. गेम्मा कप क्या होता है बोलो? What do you mean by the gamma cup? It is the reproductive part, or by the process of the vegetative reproduction usually takes place by the process of gamma cup. ठीक है, by the process of the process of the reproduction or the vegetative reproductions usually takes place by the gamma cup. Here the gamma is present on the dorsal surface of the leaf. You can see it is a gamma, or the gammy. In the plural form we can call it as gammy, but in singular form we can call it as it is a gamma cup. Okay, it is a cup like structures. It is a cup like structures, we can call as it is a gamma cup. It is generally present for the reproductions, just like as the vegetative reproductions. Okay, is that clear? Hello, is that clear, all of
Yes,
you?
ma'am.
Okay. There are also the two type of the region. One is the storage region, another one is the photosynthetic region. ठीक है? Photosynthetic region क्या होता है? उसमें photosynthetically या फिर जो all over the characters which is present in case of the photosynthesis, all things are present in the photosynthetic region. The photosynthetic region is present on the upper portion. Sorry, upper portion, whereas the storage region is present just below the photosynthetic region. Here is the storage region, it is the storage region, and this one is the photosynthetic region which is present in case of the Markansia. Okay, so what is gamma cup? Here you can see these are the gamma cup like structures. It is a single gamma cup like structures. It is a stalk, and these are the rhizoidal structures, and these are the apical notch, and some gland like structures are present. You can see these are the oil cells. Okay, and here you can see these are the gamma cup overall, and small gamma are formed pural like structures, and these are the two walls of the gamma cup. And here is the gamma cup thallus and gamma. It is the reproductive part, and it comes under the vegetative reproductions. Okay, it is also present in the thallus of the Markansia. Next come to the point storage region. स्टोरेज रीजन मतलब ये स्टोरेज रीजन जो होता है, मैं आप लोगों को बोली अभी फोटोसिंथेटिक रीजन इज आल्सो प्रेजेंट इन केस ऑफ द in case of the Markansia, there is also another region that is called a storage region, which is polygonal or the parenchyma cells are present in there. Okay, and it is usually thick region which are present in the center. Okay, and it is devoid of the chloroplast. Here you can see it is the storage region, and it is usually polygonal like structures, and it is usually storage region, and it contains some chloroplast, and they do not have any intercellular spaces. इनके अंदर में जो भी मतलब स्टोरेज जो क्लोरोप्लास्ट है ना, उनके बीच में कोई भी स्पेसेस नहीं होता है. ठीक है, स्पेसेस नहीं होता है, जिसकी वजह से वो क्या करते हैं, स्टार्च या फिर प्रोटीन यहाँ पे स्टोर करके रख सकते हैं, जिसकी वजह से उनको मतलब जरूरी टाइम में वो लोग यूटिलाइज कर सकते हैं. ओके, थैंक यू. वी विल डिस्कस द नेक्स्ट पार्ट इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास. ओके.
Ma'am, can we get the short notes?
हेलो. यस 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 सर.
Can we get that short notes, ma'am, whichever you written in the notes?
Okay, I will send you. I will send you after the completing of my all classes. I will send you the short notes. Okay.
Thank
That
you,
means I
madam.
will send you the short notes on. Thank you, sir.
I think students have enjoyed a lot. Yes or no, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Learners, my
Yes,
youngest
sir.
request is
Yes, sir.
please join at the time of the before the time of the class, before the commencement of the class. Okay. So you have joined in the meantime of the class. So this is very problematic. So please join
Yes,
before the commencement of the class.
before the
That will be
commencement
very
of
much
the.
enjoyable. Okay. Thank you, Ankita madam.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, all of you, student. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Students, your
ma'am.
next class is BBYCT 133. Okay. Dear students, dear learners, your next class is BBYCT 133. So, Lichita madam will take that class. Okay. Please wait. So, madam will join and take your class. Okay.
ওখানে নিচে কলম কেন রাখছো? স্যার, ঘরে
हाँ कौन 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 सा कौन कोने पिला कौन कौन सा તમે આઉ થરે જોઈન કરીବ હા આઉ થરે જોઈન કરીବ
Hello, is there any classes now?